Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the vlog. I am Firelore, and I moved to Richmond a few years ago, and now the vlog is just basically me exploring the city. Um, oh my gosh, okay. You most likely just heard that. Let me address that. So, a few days ago, my fire alarm battery went out, I guess. I've never had to deal with this in my life, so I don't know what's going on. But as soon as I heard that chirp, it like immediately triggered me. Just like I looked very triggered just now, a few seconds ago. So don't judge me. That just went out. I've never changed the fire alarm battery in my life, so I gotta look that up. It's also super annoying because the landlord left a piece of paper when I moved in that said that they had tested all the smoke detectors and that they had tested the batteries on all the smoke detectors and that, oh, this piece of paper confirms in writing that the smoke detectors work and should have no issues while you're living here, blah, blah, blah. And it's only been like, what, 5 months since I moved here and already a smoke detector's doing that. So, yeah, I'm gonna deal with it. So sorry about that. Nonetheless, so for today's video, we're going to be checking out some of the best seafood that we can find here in Richmond. And I say some of because I'm not going to like the super fancy, aesthetically pleasing, James Beard award winning seafood restaurants in the area, mostly because I just can't really afford that right now. But I've been trapped in the house for the last like month or so, so I'm like, I'm gonna get out and, I've been doing good with not eating out for a month or so, so I'm gonna go out and treat myself a bit, but like, I can't eat at the expensive places back to back to back. I'm not that kind of YouTuber, so I'm gonna do more like affordable, more accessible seafood places. The places you would go to when you're like, oh, I'm craving seafood, and it's, you don't have to like spend a month saving up just to eat at one seafood restaurant. So that's what we'll be doing today. So, as you guys are watching the video, if there's anything you see that stands out to you that's interesting, make sure to comment below. And if you like the video, uh, like it, subscribe for more, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing more restaurant videos, it's kind of expensive, but hey, with your subscription, I might be encouraged to do more. So let's get to the video. So we're about to check out four spots over the weekend here. Two today on Friday and two on Saturday. I'm not going to really do rankings unless I feel like it's necessary. Just going to check out the four like top spots that seem realistic to go to when it comes to affordable, accessible seafood places here in Richmond. Yeah, I guess that's the rules for what we're about to do. Let's go. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to show you guys how much the snow, ice, and salt and mud have completely messed up the truck. Well, I say messed up. I mean, it wash off. It's crazy. I was going to get the truck washed today, but I woke up feeling so unusually exhausted. And according to my phone, I snored for 3 hours, which is crazy. So I ended up not getting it washed, but hopefully tomorrow we can get that done.
At the next stop sign, turn left. Grumpy, the fridge wasn't always stocked with his 30 in the afternoon. Oh, I was gonna hope you say that Blanco fixed his collar and then jumped on him and started biting his neck. He started screaming and...
All right, y'all. So we are back home. So now it's time to give some reviews on what I thought of the place, I guess. And I know I said I wasn't gonna be like ranking things, but let's see. Those fish tacos. Now I know I'm planning on doing a voiceover, so some of this may be repeated, but nonetheless, those fish tacos, pretty good, pretty good. I did find it weird when I was like trying to debate between getting the fish tacos or the shrimp tacos. So I like asked the bartender serving me what she thought, right? I'm like, debating between fish and, I just wanted to see if she was like, oh, I personally like the blah, 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 or, oh, this one is the most popular one. Instead, she's like, yeah, that's a hard decision. Well, they're two different foods. The shrimp is chewy and the fish is soft. I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, what am I supposed to do with that information? But yeah, beyond that, curious, whatever the heck that was, the fish, I did get the fish tacos, and those were really good. The main thing I liked about them was that plenty of sauce, because I like getting fish tacos, but a lot of places I've gone to, it's kind of dry. Like you have to coleslaw, and coleslaw is, well, I say coleslaw, it's shredded cabbage. Shredded cabbage is not a very wet food. And then you have the fish, which is a little bit wet, I guess. And then like maybe they'll have a little bit of whatever sauce, some kind of crema, some kind of aioli, something like that. But a lot of places put like the bare minimum on their tacos. But that was a pretty wet fish taco. That sounds weird, but it was really good that whatever sauces they used were flavorful. Fish was well seasoned. I mean, it's fried fish, like. It was pretty good. Everything, all the flavors combined well together to create a really good meal. I will say though, that was definitely a once in a few months meal for me personally, because that was a $30 meal. And yeah, actually ended up being $40 because $30 for one drink and one entree. I didn't get no appetizers, nothing else. So one drink, one entree, $30. And then it's $35 because of all the taxes. And Richmond has that meals tax thing. So you got taxes on your taxes on your taxes. And then $5 for tip. So then it's like $40, which is ridiculous for a lunch. So yeah, I guess this one ranks in the affordability when it comes to if you don't get a drink, if you get like a soda or something, then it's probably more affordable. But if you're like, oh, and happy hours. I don't know what the happy hour prices are like, but with a lot of these places, they are better if you go to happy hour. I will admit that. All right, so in between lunch and dinner, we're gonna work. Yay! So I can keep making more videos like this. Woo! So I'm looking at the menu right now, the next place I plan to visit, and it's also another place that maybe. What's your definition of affordable? So my definition of affordable is anything less than $20, right? The lower the better, right? I don't know. And I'm from Northern Virginia. So to me it's like 15, gosh darn it. $15 to $20 is like average meal price in Northern Virginia, but I figure I'm in Richmond now, so I expect cheaper. But I'm looking at the menu now for our next surprise place we're gonna visit, and it's like, oh, I mean, you'll see when we get there about what I mean. I'm not saying that it's like expensive in a bad way. Like, some places where it's like, you spend all that money and you're like, the food was like good, but not like that good. You'll see where we're going with the next one. But I'm just thinking I'll probably have to think of a new video title for this because it depends on your definition of affordable, I feel like. Affordable for someone from Northern Virginia? Sure. Affordable for someone from here in Richmond with a Richmond paying job, right? I mean, even if you're not from Richmond, if you have a job in Richmond, you're getting paid in Richmond cost of living, right? So that's why the definition of affordability might be different. That's the point I'm trying to make. Alrighty, it is currently 8 minutes until 6 o'clock. I just wrapped up work. So gonna put my boots on and get ready to go. Don't know if I'm gonna go anywhere out for drinks afterwards. I went out yesterday to a blues night, which was really fun. I'm actually gonna post the story onto YouTube here, but otherwise, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go out if I wait until Saturday. Although Saturday might be really busy. I just thought about that. I forgot about Valentine's Day. But I will say something I forgot to say earlier. So when I went to Island Shrimp Co. for lunch, that was about like 1 o'clock. My bill specifically said 1:30, so I guess I placed an order at 1:30. So if you're like, ooh, it's very empty there, because if you're anyone like my mom, you get suspicious if a place is empty, which I understand. But it was also like 1:30 on a Friday, so you're not going to really have a lot of people. Like most people go out for lunch, but most people eat lunch at like 12 o'clock. So that's why it wasn't so busy. But we'll see how busy this next place is at about 6 o'clock. Actually, we're going to be walking there, so we'll probably be closer to 6:30 by the time we get there. Alrighty, all dressed up warm and ready to go. Heading down to next place is about a 17-minute walk. It's all downhill, which is awesome. But you know, downside is coming back. It's gonna be all uphill. So yeah, but hey, yay for health, right? See, it's all downhill from here, but which is good. But I don't know how well this video shows how steep this hill is, but it's maybe just under a 45-degree angle. It's pretty dang steep, but the views are awesome. So since it's still early and I'm literally in the middle of Shaka Bottom with a million bars and whatnot, so I'm gonna check out somewhere new just for a drink or two and then head back home. Alrighty, we're home now. I am sitting here trying to take off my boots. It takes a while, but I figured, okay, wait, I should probably talk about the place I went to before I forget. So, Sauce and Toss. So, all I knew about it was that it was a, I don't know what word to call these type of restaurants, but you know the boiling bag? I think that's what I've heard. Boiling bags. You guys have probably been to some, or at least seen them. So it's like, you know, it's like a seafood boil, but they turned it into like something mass consumable rather than just something you do in your backyard. So don't get me wrong though, I'm not hating. Most of those places I do like. This one was interesting though, because it was, as you see in the video, it was like part convenience store. There was a convenience store in the back. I didn't really explore much of the convenience store, and I think about it, I probably should have, just to show it off a bit, but oh well. And then I was telling a friend this, it's also part like gambling parlor, because they have a lot of those little skill games that we have here in Virginia. I'm not going to get into that topic, it's kind of complicated. So I started off with a cocktail that you see in the video. It's the one in that white styrofoam cup in the video. So yeah, they serve like, I guess, all your drinks in the little styrofoam cup, which is kind of funny. And also kind of interesting because, so when you're ordering, they also ask you if you're there to go. So it's like, so with your drinking a styrofoam cup, you can just get an alcoholic drink and then just walk out the door. Publicly drinking alcohol, which for those who don't know, is illegal in the United States of America. But that's interesting. Drink was good. It wasn't bad. It was called a Blue Moon something. I don't remember. Like BLUMOON. Tasted like it had rum or something, and the drink was blue, so it was probably like a blue Hawaiian, I guess. It wasn't bad. And then I got the minnow bag number 2, which is for $20, you get a ½ pound of snow crab legs, which for me only ended up being like 1/2 of a snow crab. And then you get your choice of shellfish. So you can get shrimp, crawfish, clams, and mussels. So I got crawfish, as you see in the video. So yeah, the food was really good. Depending on what kind of boil and bag places you guys are familiar with. So this place, the ones I've gone to, like they have different flavors for the bags and stuff. This one they didn't. It was just like you just have one flavor. The only thing you can choose with the flavor is like how spicy it is. So I chose mild. I should have chosen hotter, but I couldn't find on the menu at the time what the like levels of heat were, and I kind of panicked, so I just said mild. I hate like wasting people's time like that, or I hate feeling like I'm wasting people's time like that. But yeah, that place was actually really good. Like it's definitely one of those like unassuming places. Like even the sign out front, you see it in the video. Like it's a very unassuming place, but it was surprisingly good compared to most boil and bag places. The main thing that really stands out to me is the crawfish, because there's so many times I've had crawfish, both at boil and bag places and at like an actual, like low country boil, and the crawfish tends to be like the like least flavorful thing. Like you have to dip it in like the sauce or the water or whatever to get any flavor on it. But that's like the first time I've genuinely had crawfish where as soon as you open it up and you grab that, you pull that meat out, that meat is full of flavor. I have never experienced that with crawfish before. In the bag, it's typically kind of pricey. So I was surprised. So the bag I got, like I said, number 2 with the snow crab legs. That was only about 20 bucks. Which seems like it's going to be kind of pricey, especially because then I got the cocktail with it. It only ended up being 30 bucks. Like, whoa, okay. Because what was Island Shrimp Company ended up being... Well, I guess it ended up being, what, like 35 or something, but then you have to add tip. This place, since it's all done at the register for your order, you don't add tip at all. So that helped a lot. So yeah, it was only 30 bucks versus 40. $10 difference, but $10 adds up a lot, especially when it comes to seafood. So I will say this one last thing in the review for Sauce and Toss. And this is more on me, really, to be honest. My only critique is that at the end of that, I was still a little bit hungry. So that's why in the clips after being at Sauce and Toss, I go to McCormack's and you see me order a thing of fries. But that, like I said, that's on me. I ordered seafood that is like notoriously not very filling. Like anyone who's ever eaten crabs know that you don't really get filled up on crabs. And then crawfish, what? Each crawfish is like, you know, like how long is a crawfish tail? It's not a lot of meat in a crawfish. And I think a half pound of crawfish ended up being about a dozen crawfish. So, I mean, like visually, crawfish are big animals. They're like kind of that big visually. But then the amount of meat you get is like that much. Not even that. Like it's they're not very you don't get a lot of meat out of crawfish. So at the end I was still kind of hungry, which is why I ended up going to McCormack's. One, first time checking out McCormack's, so that was cool. Um Two, I decided, you know what, I'm around all these bars. I did mention in the video before. Uh, you know, I'm in Shakabana, let's check out something. And then three, yeah, I'm like, I'm still hungry. I'm just gonna get some fries because it's like it's carbs, it's starches. Those will fill you up and they'll keep you full. So yeah, I just need something extra to like top off all those the shrimp and or not shrimp, the crawfish and crabs. But otherwise, yeah, sauce and toss is good. Yeah, I would say if you're like me and you do order um seafood that's if you order seafood that's not very filling like I did, then definitely get an appetizer. That way you don't have to go to a second place. That's the only thing I would recommend. But I would definitely recommend sauce and toss. It was really good. Hello everyone and welcome back. It is Valentine's Day today and we have two more places I'm going to check out this weekend, trying to find the best, most affordable seafood here in Richmond. Yeah, but first, gonna gonna drive by the car wash to see if it's busy or not. Because it's 11 o'clock. I just felt like sleeping in tonight, or today. But drive by the car wash to see if it's busy and hopefully get all this stuff off the truck. And then after that, then I gotta do some grocery shopping. And then we can get into the food. So there is a bit of a line here today, quite a bit, but I figured, you know what? I did drive all this way out here, so I might as well get the truck washed, F it. So I don't even know why I came here thinking that, oh, if the line's too long, I'm just keep driving. Like, well, I'm here. All right, guys. Truck is tiny for now before I drive through the mud pit that is home. I have a bag full of food. So just so y'all know, that's the mud pit that we have to drive through because of all the ice and snow. Right? I gotta say, I think I did a good job at the edges of the tires are going to get dirty anyways, but only picked up a little bit of extra mud. And a little bit here, but it's not remotely as bad as it was, so I'm not complaining. It's cleaner than it was, and that's what matters to me. Nothing better than a fridge and freezer fully stocked with ingredients, which is why I bought these things. I've never tried these before, but I've been having days lately where it's like I just really, really, really don't feel like cooking, or I've eaten the same thing 3 times in a row, and I feel like I'm going to say if I get something else. So instead of spending like $30 on DoorDash, spend that same amount of money to buy a whole bunch of frozen food, and hopefully that will help, because that's the downside of only buying ingredients is you get tired. You have days where you're tired. Okay, so before we go out here to this next restaurant for lunch, I gotta complain about something. So if you don't know already, I really don't like having to drive on the weekends because I live in a city, and it's a small city, so it's like either take a bus or walk, which so far for the 5 or so months I've been living here, it's worked well. But now looking at these seafood places, it's like one place, there's a bus that gets me kind of close, but I still have to cross this humongous street that has absolutely no crosswalks whatsoever. The closest crosswalk is a mile in that direction and a mile in that direction. And of course, if you're a pedestrian who walks without a crosswalk, you're jaywalking, but also they don't provide enough crosswalks to let pedestrians cross safely in the first place. So, not looking forward to that. The other place, the bus gets only like a half a mile close to it, and you gotta walk the rest of the way, which is fine. But that rest of the way involves going over a highway, and it's like, okay, that's really annoying. And I'm really trying not to drive because it's the weekend, it's busy, it's a holiday weekend, I guess, technically, so it's gonna be busier than usual. I just really don't want to have to drive if I can help it. And also, since I did just get the truck washed, I don't want to get it dirty again. I mean, I know I said that oh, whoops, stepped on something there. As long as it's cleaner than it was before. I know I said that, but also I really don't want to get it that dirty either. So, yeah, I don't know if I figured this out. Okay, y'all, we are back home now, and I gotta say, first things first, that Sugar's Crab Shack, the cheapest place we've been to so far, or go to most affordable. I mean, I got the snack and fries meal. It's basically their combo meal. I didn't actually have a lot of different combos, but you saw the menu. So I got snack and fries with 3 pieces of whiting, and that was about $15. And then I got a soda for like $3. And then plus tax, it was exactly $20.99. So yeah. So yeah, cheapest so far. And you guys saw that food. Those pieces of whiting. I mean, if you're actually counting your calories, you only really need to eat 1 piece of fish. Plus, it comes with 2 pieces of buttered bread too. And so I still have an extra piece of fish left and both pieces of bread to eat. So I gotta say though, I would definitely rank that place pretty high on my list out of places we've had so far, just because it reminds me a lot of like Southern style seafood places in general. Like if you're not used to like a Southern style seafood shack, like a little shack on the side of the road, I don't know how better to describe the vibe because it's like its own thing. But yeah, Sugar's Crab Shack is so far the first seafood place here in Richmond that I've been to that gives those exact same vibes. If you've ever been to any those tiny little restaurants out in like the Tidewater area of Virginia or like the low country of South Carolina, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so it was really cool to have those vibes. As you can see, there's no indoor seating, just outdoor, and you have to wait outside. So on a colder day, it would suck. But today it's almost like 60 degrees. I have to see how warm it's got. But last time I looked, it said 57 degrees. So it's quite warm. There's a wind chill, but it's not that bad. So, all that said, we have one more place I want to check out. I guess you could call it an honorable mention. I guess, not really, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really ranking these, but the more I think about it, the more it's like, I probably will end this video with a short little ranking. It just seems right. But I wouldn't call it an honorable mention. I only say that because I'm doing 4 places, and you know, people usually do like top 3 or top 5. So I'm just doing 4. So, I don't know. It's not really an honorable mention, but at this rate though, considering I still have food left over, I'm incredibly full. I'm about to take a nap. Geez, we might not go to this last place until like 7 o'clock. It's currently, what, 3 something, I think? Yeah, 3:12. And the bus ride getting to and from Sugar's Crab Shack was like 40 minutes both ways. So, but I don't mind because I'm not in a rush. It's a beautiful day outside. So I like, you know, the slower pace of transportation, and seeing the parking lot Sugar's Crab Shack. I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't drive because I do not want to deal with that. Okay, y'all. Currently, where's my keys? Currently getting ready to catch the bus to the next spot here. I decided to choose somewhere different because I was looking at the reviews of the place I originally had in mind, and the reviews weren't making me feel very confident. And I just realized I forgot to buy batteries for that alarm at the grocery store, so that's annoying. Anyways, but yeah, the reviews of that, the one place I had on my list, wasn't making me feel very confident, so I decided I'm gonna go somewhere else. And funny enough, this place requires me to take the exact same buses I had to take to go to Sugar's. It's literally right down the street from Sugar's, so a good way to compare places. So my difference is this place is pure takeout, no seats at all like Sugar's had. So I'm gonna have to get there, and 40 minutes to get there, get food, and then another 40 minutes come back. I could drive, but like I said, I don't want to get the truck dirty through that mud pit again. And I could take a lift, but then I'd have to catch 2 lifts, and I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not in that much of a rush, so I really don't care that much. Plus 2, the longer it takes, the less full I'll be. The other thing I forgot to mention is that it's almost 7 o'clock. Like, I've just been that full for that long. And even now I'm still kind of full, so I'm probably just gonna get like something small. Oop, turn this off real quick. I'm probably just gonna get something small and then eat a few bites for the sake of the review, and then the rest of it I'll just save for breakfast, I guess, tomorrow. Why not? Additionally too, I also wanted to mention, because it is so late and I'm taking a bus, it's like, with some of the places I was looking at, I started looking through other places too, since I was feeling kind of unsure. It's like, you know, I'm trying to find like the best, most affordable seafood place to go in the city. So if your reviews ain't looking good, I don't even want to spend my money on mediocre food like that. That's gonna suck. So not only that, but also because it is so late, a lot of places close at like 8, 9 o'clock, which isn't that bad. But because I'm leaving out so late and I'm taking the bus, and I am adamant about not driving anymore today. Like, nope, the truck is shiny and clean. It's going to stay that way until, what, Tuesday, since I don't work on Monday. Yeah, so I'm pretty adamant about that one. So that's another reason why I've chosen the place you guys will see me going to next, because it's the only place. Well, it's one of the few places that has good reviews, looks to be affordable, and it's open late enough for me to get there, like, without it being like 10 minutes before closing. I hate being that type of person. So, yeah. Look who's across the street. LOL. Alrighty, we just got home, bag of food. That time It only took about 30 minutes both ways instead of 40 minutes, so that's not too shabby. I learned an interesting fact that it turns out buses will just stop on the side of the road if they're running too early. So that was interesting. Can't complain because I guess if they didn't do that, I would have missed my bus. So fair enough. But to preface this one, I'm just going to eat a few bites of food just to like taste it and rate the food. I mean, it's been smelling crazy good the entire time. So tempting to just start eating on the bus, but I am genuinely still full from sugar. So we're going to get into this, but at least now I can do a review without having to do voiceover. So let's start. Alrighty. Whoa. So I got the they had quite a few combos. I got the oyster and shrimp combo, so it was I think 10 pieces of oyster with 8 pieces of shrimp. And then you can get 2 containers of whatever kind of sauce for free. Anything extra is like 40 cents each. So I got 2 things of hot sauce, which is funny because, but hey, whatever. You can always have more hot sauce than hurt. I kind of forgot that it was takeout only, which is also the reason I asked for hot sauce. And then the dude, when your food is served, the dude asks you about like the seasoning. So I just said, yeah, I have no idea what. They just call it seafood seasoning. It's probably like MSG or something. I think seafood seasoning. I think Old Bay, but yeah. Try a French fry. So yeah, it's obviously not gonna be as crunchy. I heard right, but that's pretty good. I don't think it's MSG. I mean, maybe MSG is part of seasoning. It's a little bit spicy. There's a hint of a kick there, but I don't see. I mean, it looks like peppers. It's also kind of sweet. Like anyway, if you've ever had the that fry seasoning from Wingstop, and you know it's a little bit sweet, that's what it reminds me of. Not bad. Actually, it's really good. Try shrimp now. Where's my camera? Don't focus on me. Okay. Okay. There's a good fry on that shrimp. Not bad. Okay, seasoning going on. Okay, okay. Lastly, one of the oysters. Good sized oyster too. I have not seen fried oysters this big in a while, which is sad. Okay. Flavor of oyster usually hits you. Seasoning's good. Fry's pretty good, very well breaded. Not bad, yeah. I'm trying to think of a way to describe that fry. It's a very traditional like fry for the South, I feel like. Not bad. That seasoning, whatever that seasoning is that they put in there, that's really good. And like something peppery to give it just a little bit of a kick, just a little. Like it's enough of a kick that my mom would eat it and not complain. And then a little bit of sugar or something like that that makes it sweet. And it's a little bit salty, but not like, ooh, my heart's salty, but like. Let's try this oyster with hot sauce real quick. Try one more bite. But it's a good, it's a pretty good seasoning right there. Worth the money. So yeah, all of this. So the combo itself I got, if I remember correctly, was about $16. And it comes with fries and a drink as part of that combo. And so the total of this actually ended up being the cheapest restaurant we went to. So it only ended up being $20 and change, less than the 99 cents from sugar. So this ended up being a really, really, really delicious deal, I would say. Since I'm like genuinely still full from sugar, and oh my gosh, that's been how many hours ago at this point? It's been hours now. Cause like I got home at like what 3 o'clock from Stewart's, and I think it's almost 9 some. It's almost 9 o'clock now, if not just after 9. And I'm still full, and I got like the cheapest option they had there. I'm still full. So tomorrow, Sunday, aka my meal planning day, aka this is going to be lunch to eat in between all my meal planning. I have an air fryer I can use to reheat everything to be perfectly crispy. So yeah, I'm not complaining. This was definitely worth it for sure. I'm in the mood for some beers, so I'm gonna hit the pub and come back with, I guess, my final ratings for everything. Hey everyone, it is Sunday and I'm here to give my final rankings for everything we tried this past weekend. So, I guess to start off with, I would say the top 2 restaurants are the ones I had Saturday. They best fit the whole affordable aspect I was looking for. And not just because they were more affordable, but also the amount of food you get, the flavor of the food, the quality of the food being produced, the price to quality / amount, all that ratio is incredibly strong. Who would I place? Who would I place as number 1? On the one hand, I really like Sugar's Crab Shack. I like that for, how much was that again? $15 for the snack and fries, that's what they call it. You got 3 massive pieces of fish that literally kept me full for hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, as you saw in the video, I only tried a few pieces of the food from, the other place, Red Harbor, right? I only tried a few pieces of food from there because I was just that full from Sugar's. Even though, what was that? I ate that about 3 p.m. By the time I came back home to try Red Harbor, it was 9, and I'm like still crazy full. Like, just looking at food was like, oh god, no. But I will say, Red Harbor is definitely a very close second though, because the food is incredibly good, especially whatever that like seafood seasoning they uses is like really good. And I kind of like that it's not Old Bay, because that's what I assumed it would be, because I mean, I don't know, I hear seafood seasoning, I think Old Bay, but it's not Old Bay. I have no idea what that is, but it's incredibly delicious. So they're an incredibly close second for me. Um, and then now I think about it, I guess we're kind of working backwards with everything I've tried, sort of, because Red Harbor was actually last place, but still. For second or third place, I guess, I don't know. It would definitely be oh gosh, now I gotta remember everywhere I went to. Um, so third place would definitely be Sauce and Toss. And even then, they're pretty close too. The food came out fairly quickly. And it was delicious. Like that sauce that they used is really good. And like I said earlier, the number one thing I'm impressed by is the fact that the crawfish actually had flavor. Because I'm usually used to, like, you take apart the crawfish and like you have to dip the meat back into the sauce to get flavor in it. I did not have to do that with Sauce and Toss. Somehow their crawfish is just fully flavored through perfectly, which is incredibly rare. So they're third place, but they're still really far up there. So for my last rating being Island Shrimp Co. So I will say, so the first 3 places with Sugar's, Red Harbor, and Sauce and Toss, those are definitely places I could see myself going on a frequent basis, for sure. But Island Shrimp Co., while the food was really good, those Baja tacos were really good, the cocktail was okay. I go to a lot of cocktail lounges, so my rating for cocktails is kind of on the higher side, so I thought their cocktail was just okay. it's just the price, the cost of eating there is just it's hard to want to go back. It's like the food is good, but it's not $40 for a meal for a single person. No appetizers. I only got one drink. It's not like I got multiple drinks. So paying $40 for what I got, it's like, oof, okay. I mean, yeah, the food's good. It's not that good. So that's why Island Shrimp Co. is at the bottom. Like, it's. I think it's one of those places you have to go for happy hour. Basically, if you're not going for happy hour, you're pouring money down the drain. So that pretty much ends today's video. If you guys like the video or like the restaurants I went to, or you want to see me go visit other restaurants, feel free to comment below. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. And I don't know what I have planned next. I don't know if I'll keep doing restaurants because restaurants are kind of pricey. I just want to do more fun stuff around Richmond, basically. That's the plan. So yeah, follow me and let's see where this adventure takes us.